Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, and if this is your first time here, hello, welcome. This is Essential Patience and I am Patience. And in today's video, we are talking about the bright side of minimalism. A few years back, minimalism was all the rage. You couldn't go anywhere without hearing the whole "Does this bring you joy?" by Marie Kondo. And she had a whole series teaching people the importance of minimalism and what a great impact it can have in your life. And today, I'm going to talk about the bright side of minimalism, because I think that once we have that trend, people are back to their maximalist ways. And today, it's all about maximum. What's the most amount of stuff you can get? But there's still some bright side to minimalism. I like to consider myself somewhat of a minimalist because I like to buy things that have functions in my life. I don't like clutter, and I don't like things that are there just because they're there. I like things to have a function in my life. So before we get straight into the video, remember to like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and let's get straight in. These are some of the bright sides of minimalism. The first one is that it simplifies your life. It declutters your life. And this is really important because our life experience is not about how much stuff we can get. What you decide to have in your life says a lot about you. So what does the things around you say? And so if you have a lot of stuff, it can mean that you have such a complex life because you're allowing so many different things to come into your life. And sometimes that's what gives people anxiety. That's what complicates people's lives. But if you decide to go on a decluttering journey and take away things that don't have functions in your life, it leaves the things that mean the most to you, the things that embody who you are as a person, or what you're doing in your life, where your life is going, and the purpose in your life. So if you have a ton of stuff and you have clutter and you have storage and you have a lot, it just makes your life more complicated than it is. When you get rid of all the things that you don't need anymore, all the things that don't bring you joy, all the things that don't serve you anymore, it simplifies your life to the most important and the most fundamental parts of your life. The second thing carries on with this theme of understanding what is most important to you in this world. And a lot of times it's not just what you have, it's the experiences that you have. It is less about the materialistic things and more about the experiences and what they mean to you and the people around you. And I'm not saying get rid of everything, because obviously that's not practical for most people, but you can really understand, why do I have this? What does this mean to me? Give a meaning to the stuff that you have. If they don't serve any purpose, if they don't bring a better quality to your life than you otherwise would if you don't have it, then what purpose is it serving? Understand the things around you. Be cautious about what you're bringing into your life and let it have a meaning to you. Understand that meaning. When you're not too busy trying to fill your life with everything that you can get your hands on, it boils it down to the fundamentals of your life, and you start to understand what really means the most to you. The third thing is that it takes the pressure off of consumerism. We live in a consumerist society that is all about what can you buy, how much can you buy, do you have the newest this, the newest that. Trends are going in day and night. Do you blink an eye, you've missed an entire trend. And if you have to follow every single one of those, then what are you chasing? What are you chasing in your life? When you decide that you want to be a minimalist, you have to be intentional with what you bring into your life. And therefore, it releases the pressure of consumerism. Because you don't have to get everything, because you don't want everything in your space. Everything doesn't have a function in your life, so therefore you don't bring it in. So now you don't have to buy it anymore. You're not chasing trends. You're not trying to have the newest this, the newest that. All you're trying to do is to bring things into your life that serve you. You're trying to make sure that things around you are meaningful. They serve a purpose. So you somehow make it out of the matrix of consumerism, and instead you focus more on things that really matter. The fourth thing is mindful consumption. And that is something that a lot of people don't do today. We spend. A lot of people don't make a budget. A lot of people are not intentional about what they're buying. They just realize that they spent all their money. But when you're a minimalist, you become a mindful consumer, because everything you bring in is one step away from making you a non-minimalist. So now that you have little things in your space, you're able to notice everything. You notice everything. So when you're going to buy something that you're bringing into your space, you notice it. And then you're like, okay, where is this going to fit in my life? Do I even need to bring this up? But also it allows you to be mindful of everything that you do, like in your steps of like, okay, how am I impacting the environment? Why am I buying these clothes? Am I buying this because everybody else is buying it? You're not going to spend your money buying 100,000 different clothes because it's going to clutter up your closet. Instead, you're going to focus on buying a few good pieces, quality pieces that's gonna last you a long time. And that's what really the essence of minimalism is the qualities, is living quality in your life and taking away excess. So it's not about having, it's about quality. The next thing is a positive environmental impact. So if you're out here buying every single thing that you can get your hands on, you are impacting consumerism and therefore the creation of more things that end up in the landfill. Because what a lot of people do is that they gather so much, they hoard, and then they release, and then they buy more, and then they release. So it's this cycle of getting the most amount of stuff that you can do and then getting rid of it, which is causing a detrimental effect on the environment. We need to be mindful about the environment around us, and not just in our four corners of our house or apartments or whatever, but we're talking about the larger world. And so when you become a minimalist, you start to think about the global impact. Before you get rid of things, you think about it. And so you're able to really make sure that what you buy is lasting. You're doing your best to limit your carbon footprint. You're doing your best to limit how much stuff you take to the landfill. And you're intentional about each of those things. And that's very important. I interned for 3 summers at the Department of the Environment in Maryland. And being there and knowing so much about the landfill, pollution, littering, like it just made me think about my part in all those things. And that's when I got super into recycling. I got really into composting. I've gotten really into making sure that I'm doing my best to be a good citizen of the earth. 6 is that you save money. You know, this channel has a lot of finances, so a lot of stuff goes back to finances, and you save money being a minimalist. So yes, you buy quality, and quality does cost money a lot of time, but you buy a small quantity, and therefore you're intentional about what you're buying, and you save yourself from all those ridiculous things that you buy on sale. You save yourself from all the millions of things that you buy and bring it to your life that means nothing. You're more intentional about budgeting where you put your money, and that's where you save money. Because when you don't buy a ton of stuff, you don't spend a lot of money. I have seen this evidence in my clothes. So I buy a few pieces of clothes every single year now, and I'm also getting to like getting my clothes sewn. So I budget and then I buy quality. I don't buy 10, 20, 30 new pieces of clothes every single year. I buy a few that I add in, but they're quality and they add to who I am and where I am leading. So instead of just buying a ton of clothes, cheap clothes, bring into my life and recycle every few months, I bring in lasting pieces. I bring in pieces that communicate who I am at the moment and where I'm going. And when you focus on those things, you save a ton of money, because I know I've saved a ton of money from not buying clothes that I've gotten rid of a few months later. The 7th thing is that it reduces stress. So once you get out of the consumerism matrix, now you get to live your life in an environment that is not cluttered. For me, I cannot live in a cluttered environment. It brings me stress and anxiety because I'm so anxious about having so many things around me. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section if you're one of those people. I need space. I need space to think. I need space to move. I can't imagine every single corner of my room being filled to the brim. Instead, I limit the stuff I bring into me, and it allows me to be free to breathe the air that is around me. I feel this alleviation of stress, this room to grow, this room to change, to mature. So if you're one of those people who is living in a cluttered environment and you're always anxious, you might want to go through it and get rid of some stuff. You don't have to be a minimalist, but at least declutter your life, and you might really see some stress being released. And I'm just one of those people, when I'm clean, when I can see things, when I see my environment is neat and organized, I feel so relieved. And being a minimalist is one of the easiest ways, because you don't have a ton of stuff to clean, you don't have a ton of stuff to do, a ton of stuff to go through. It's just easier. And with releasing stress comes a better mental state. So if you're saving money, you're out of the consumerism matrix, you are less anxious. What comes next is a better mental well-being. You have space, you are breathing the fresh air, you have space to really improve your mental well-being and to think. And I really do believe that sometimes when you have so many things around you, it becomes like a negative environment of like so many conflicting things. But when you're able to let those things go, when you're able to free up space, all of a sudden there's room for positivity and good mental well-being. But if you're in a chaotic environment where there's so many things unorganized, you're not gonna be in a good mental well-being, or maybe you would. I know that I wouldn't be. So I need a minimalist environment, or an environment that's not cluttered, an environment that is organized for me to thrive and for my mental health to thrive. The 9th thing is giving way to creativity. When you have a bunch of stuff in your life, you don't have room for creativity. You don't have room to change things, because it's like you have the couch, you have like all these furniture, everything, and everything has to be in a certain way because they wouldn't fit any other way. Or you just have a bunch of clothes in your closet and everything's just like bunched up together. Things are all over the place. There's very little room for creativity. But when you let the space be, when you get rid of stuff, when you create a path of clearness, all of a sudden there's room for creativity, to try new things, to organize new ways, to decorate in a new way, to just leave it blank if need be. There's room for creativity. There's a new path that you can take. But if everything is filled, where's the room for creativity? Nowhere to be found. But if you leave room for creativity, if you make room for creativity, it comes in those moments. So I really strive to make sure that there's always room for creativity in my life, in my apartment, and I'm not filling everything just because something is blank. It's like, this needs to be here, something needs to be here, something needs to be here. No, there could just be emptiness. And it's okay. And the last, but absolutely not the least, is liberation from social expectations. Now, sometimes in this world where there's an expectation that, you decorate this way, you have this, you have that. But when you let that go and you decide not to participate anymore, there's not that need to fit in, to partake in consumerism, to partake in social expectations of how you should look, things that you should buy, things that you should have at this time. I don't do that. So I don't participate in trends. I don't shop according to what's the hottest trend coming up. I just dress the way I dress based on what I have and what I decide to let into my life, because that's me. That's authentically me. I'm able to focus on who I am, what I want, the purpose of the things that are around me, what I want the things to serve me, how I want things in my life to serve me, how I want to impact the world around me, instead of being focused on what is the hottest dress now, what is the hottest top going on. I don't feel the need to upgrade my TV because there's a 200-inch screen TV coming up and all of a sudden I want to go partake in it. No, I have what I have. I'm happy with what I have. I'm grateful for what I have. And that's okay. And I'm liberated from social expectations. I don't need to participate to feel like I belong. I'm happy with who I am, what I'm doing, and the things that I have around me. And that is where the bright side of minimalism is. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comment section. Are you a minimalist? Or do you practice minimalism? Like, you don't have to be extremely minimalist, but do you partake in some aspects of minimalism, and how has that helped you? And if not, are you going to try it out? Let me know. Remember to like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and ring the notification bell because I post 2 videos a week on Tuesdays and on Fridays. Come on over because there's going to be a new video waiting for you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.